Welcome back. More evidence of central banks pointing to XRP as a solution for the CBDC issuance. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's go ahead and get started. Over in South Korea, they approved delaying the crypto tax rule to January 2022. Part of the plan seeks to put 20% tax on capital gains from crypto trading activities that exceed a threshold of 2.5 million Korean won, or about $2,000 or saying. So, look, I personally think this is a good thing because, I think you got to let the market run a little bit before you really understand how you want to box it in when it comes to taxes and even regulation in policy in general, especially legislation, right? So, I think this is actually good for the people of Korea. They're going to get a couple years here to really figure out where they need to be. So, all right, now moving on here, we're going to skip around just a little bit here in the beginning, and then we're going to get down to the heart of the matter, which is really what we need to be focusing on as we move forward in the coming days, weeks, and months here in this space. I think we are at a very, very crucial inflection point, and I feel like we're approaching that inflection point not because of us YouTubers and podcasters and retail speculators think it should be, but because we're seeing the people in the right places of government, finance, and regulatory agencies really carry the baton and push the narrative to where it really needs to go. And I feel like we're very close to those things unfolding. Now, real quick, FYI, coming up, sign up for the Link 2 conference coming up in December. Tim Draper, Jesse Draper, JP Theriot, and then we have Greg Kidd and Adam Trademan from SBI Ripple. I'm going to tell you, BRD wallet. So just look, you have to be an accredited investor to buy these things. Look, you can own the gold, the digital assets, or you can own the gold mine, which is these picks and shovel companies that are backing these technologies and cryptos, right? So Ripple is obviously available on there and many other products too. So make sure you go check those out if you are an accredited investor. But if you're not, sign up for this conference. You won't believe the things you will come away with as far as understanding how venture capitalists think and operate in this space. And you want to know what gets them motivated. What are they looking forward to over the next 3 to 5 years, right? So make sure you definitely sign up for that conference December 8th through Thursday, December 10th. So make sure you do that. And let's keep going here. Ultra Stellar LLC acquires Stellar X cryptocurrency trading platform CoinSquare and expands its Stellar product portfolio. Stellar X is one of the most popular decentralized exchanges on the Stellar network. Congratulations to Stellar. There is some mergers and things of that nature going on, acquisitions, and this is what I talk about all the time, is that you're seeing a growth moment right in this space where the maturity of the market has these periods of time where you see these acquisitions, mergers, and things like that take place. I would encourage you to keep an eye out for those things to happen with traditional banks buying exchanges and custody platforms as we go forward. Keep a very close eye for that. You heard it here first. Stellar supported Velo Labs has made a partnership deal with Visa Giant and LightNet Group in order to create modern payment solution for lending businesses in the Asia Pacific region. Now, again, this is pretty neat because you see last week, LightNet Group inked a partnership deal with a major RippleNet member, SCB, as well. I see the market infrastructure and that interoperability, that level of interoperability taking place here. Reminder to anyone new in this space, Jed McCaleb from Stellar created the XRP ledger, hired Arthur Brito and David Schwartz, and then left sometime later after citing differences with Chris Larson in the company. So with that being said, Stellar is essentially the same code as the ledger at that period of time when he left. Excuse me. So understanding that, it tells me that, Stellar is really a viable option for surviving the regulatory changes and the growth period, the maturity of the emerging market, I think Stellar is a very good product. I think it's a good technology, and I think I love Stellar token. I've made no secret about that on the channel here. So, not financial advice, but I want to cover it if it's good news, and I think that's good news for the whole entire space. So there you have it. Now, this is not so good news, but this is the frustration of just some of what Brad Garlinghouse has to deal with. And so not cool, Michael Val 5 Link says. Shout out to you, Bond Crypt, and Jesus Tejero, and DJ Peter Vass, XRP Crypto Wolf, and everybody else who sends information. You guys are remarkable. We would notify them of this, talking about notifying YouTube, and they would take weeks, months to take these things down. It really frustrating. I've got death threats from people who lost money on these YouTube scams. They think I actually stole their money, and he didn't. Shout out to Brad Garlinghouse and everybody at Ripple there. They work so hard to do what they're doing, and it's just it is a absolute shame, and honestly, it's incredulous that they have to deal with these things, that YouTube and Google haven't worked together to squash these scammers. As a YouTuber, all of us as YouTubers know, I mean, in fact, I have to make an announcement right now that I have a couple imposters on Twitter and on YouTube that are trying to impersonate me, my account, and you got to be very careful. Make sure it's me that you're talking to, and I will never ask you to text someone or call someone to make money, and I'm not going to ask you for money. All the things that I provide to you in my description box and comment section or my newsletter are exactly where you will find them, and they won't be anywhere else. So be very careful out here, and I know Brad Garlinghouse will stay very vigilant on the matter, and I know what it's like to get death threats too, because I've had somebody dox my information of me and my family, and it is not a comfortable thing to go through, no doubt about it. Okay. Ripple XRP and RippleNet perfectly suited for all central bank digital currencies worldwide. Listen to this. Bank of France stated in a report that both XRP and Ethereum would be capable of driving the digital euro. Expert says China is at least 3 years ahead of the world, although China is in a centralized situation there. So I just wanted to highlight that thought too. So, it's not like they could service the world with it. They're just advanced in what they're doing inside their siloed island, right? It's important to note that. So, okay, now, with that being said, this is just pointing to me to a much deeper conversation here, right? The Bank of France is stating in a report that both XRP and Ethereum are capable of driving the digital euro. Really? Because we just heard Brad Garlinghouse talk a couple weeks ago about how we do know that central banks are looking at the XRP ledger open source technology and issuing central bank digital currencies. And here comes the Bank of France telling you that XRP could definitely help with that when it comes to the digital euro. Then you lean into, in the Saudi Arabia region here, the Saudi Central Bank offers, or officials say, that joint digital currency will not be available for individuals. The wholesale central bank digital currency will be used as a settlement unit for domestic as well as cross-border commercial bank transactions between Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. So, we know for many, many years now that SAMA has been working closely with Ripple. I find it very, very interesting that when you think about what their strategy is, that, look, this is going to be a wholesale central bank digital currency for us here between the UAE and Saudi Central Bank. That's how we're doing it. This is not going to be for retail use. And that takes me right to this right here. This is the World Economic Forum Central Bank Digital Currency Policymaker Toolkit. I've showed it about 500 times on this channel. Again, this was put together by Sheila Warren, who's the head of blockchain at the World Economic Forum, and who just so happened to be a guest speaker at the most recent Swell conference for Ripple. What that is some coincidence, isn't it? That is some coincidence right there, isn't it? And when you look here inside the document on page 17, what you see is crypto assets designed for inter and intrabank payments and settlement. JPM coin and XRP are cited. Wow, that really lines up a lot with this whole notion about wholesale central bank digital currencies. And then we had the Bank of France acknowledging that XRP and Ethereum would be capable of driving the digital euro. Well, that's the damnedest thing, ain't it? If I didn't know any better, it looks like they're building their central bank digital currencies around the world at all the central banks based on this PDF. It's the damnedest thing. Anyway, moving on. The analysts who predicted XRP's recent breakout expect XRP in the altcoin market to follow Bitcoin's lead shortly thereafter. Specifically, he sees XRP targeting a new high of about $4.10 by April of 2021. In 5 months from now, we're looking at a $4 XRP, according to this analyst here. Now, what I do know is right now we are struggling to get past that channel to allow us to break that resistance, right? So we can go towards $1, right? Some reason we can't get past that, was it 66 to 68 cent mark? You know, we can't get up there and stay above it. If we can get up there and stay above it, we can make a run for that 80 some cent to $1 plus range for XRP. And we got to get past that point. But I do believe right now, if memory serves me right, let's take a look at it. We'll pull this up here really quickly, and I will also pull up on my phone. Right now, we're at 61 cents right now for XRP, and I'm looking at $18,546.76 for Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin back down underneath of 19,000. Now, you know, it's funny because Bitcoin has been kind of, pressing on an all-time high and then taking a breath and pulling back every time you think they're about to capture that all-time high. So, looking at what the prediction of the analysts is here, this is a crucial moment, not just for XRP in the 60-some cent range here, but it's also a crucial moment for Bitcoin. I want to see Bitcoin hit an all-time high. I want that news to kick off, and I don't have enough Bitcoin for it to change my life, but if anybody wants to send me 1,000 of them, I'll get you the address. Wink, wink. But the truth is this is good for the whole space, right? Obviously, there's enough people out here to support, the whole notion of Bitcoin being digital gold. I don't think you're going to change that narrative now. However, we are going to discuss some very, very important news over in China about Bitcoin in just 1 second here. So let's go ahead and move forward here. Authorities shut off electricity to Bitcoin miners in China, Yunnan province. Uh-oh. How about that, Pomp? Anthony Pompliano, I love your content, but I must say, after that podcast with Brad Garlinghouse, where you didn't think that the Communist China Party could control Bitcoin miners, you got some explaining to do. Because it looks like right here, that's exactly what's happening. And listen, I don't know if collectively on the international level, all jokes aside, I don't know if there's been some kind of mediation or agreement about the 51% control out of China with Ethereum and Bitcoin, because that has been a point that is really indisputable in this whole entire space, that is a true fact, right? So we're going to have to see what goes on here, but this may work out to be good in the long run. Like if this is, China's agreement to get some of this under control, maybe it works out better for Bitcoin in the long run. At some point, this element has got to be dealt with if you're going to have a true open, decentralized asset that everyone can use as an investment product, right? Because it's not a settlement tool. So really want to keep an eye on this. This is not a small matter seeing that happen. So, we need to understand how this affects the Galaxy Digital, right? And how this affects Barry Silbert at Grayscale. What does all of this mean at the end of the day? So keeping a close eye on that, as well as the Bitcoin price. Now, I'm showing this again because this is not a small thing, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook's Libra is looking to launch in January. That is 1 month from now. 2.7 billion people having access to a digital dollar called Libra through the Facebook platform. That's why I'm showing it again. It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't forget about it. Don't sleep on it. It's huge what that's going to do in the market. Look at PayPal, what PayPal did with 300 million users, right? Just look at that. I mean, we're not even where we really need to be yet. So it's, this is huge. And again, just pointing to the whole thing about, the Bank of France stating that XRP and Ethereum would be capable of driving the digital euro. I tell you, I feel like something really big is coming. You look at the combination of the Venmo or not Venmo, but PayPal, Cash App, and Square all getting into the crypto game. Now, a month from now, Facebook getting into the crypto game, then going back end in the central bank world, right, and looking inside that intra-bank settlement world between all of those central banks, and the potential issuance of stable coins off of the XRP ledger and maybe even complementing with the Ethereum network as well. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is not 2017, 2018 bull run again. I'm telling you, this is a new moment that we are in. Okay, and then there's this. You got to couple all this in, right? Because I'm showing it again. Because why? I want to run this up your flagpole because I want you to not forget what's important here. We get news every day pouring into this space. But if it's important, I'm going to show it to you again so you don't take your eye off the ball. And the one big thing that we're really looking here is what will be the fallout or the implications of the Federal Reserve and FinCEN changing the definition of money to include convertible virtual currencies like XRP as legal tender. I think the implications are enormous. And that was 30 plus days ago now. And we are waiting to see what that may mean for all of us in this space. So we'll keep an eye on that. Then looking at this. Now, I found this to be interesting. Shout out to Hiding Out Now, who's going by Gulag Inmate, right? 589, I think now. However, shout out to Hiding Out Now for this catch. He is so good at catching this. We always post when the total circulating supply goes up, right? We always post when the total circulating supply goes up. And I always tell people I think they're preparing for more liquidity demand in the space, and they need more out there in there to soak up what's going to take place, whether it be payment flows or just general buying in the space, whatever it is, right? To keep a tight trading range to the asset. Well, guess what? Hiding Out Now has found out that they actually went down. The total circulating supply went down by 14 million. I put in the post, it sure makes you wonder if Ripple's buying back off the secondary exchanges like they talked about in the Q2 report. Exercising good old-fashioned monetary policy is what I see. And that is what I see. There's no question about it. All right. Now, that's going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, come join us tomorrow, and I will be there live streaming. I won't be at the physical location, but I will be live streaming, but not from this channel. I will be live streaming from the Digital Ledger channel. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., they're having a physical meetup at Thirsty First in St. Petersburg, Florida at 119 First Avenue North. December 2nd tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will be on the TV screens in Thirsty First, and if you're in the area, go see Steve and Joni Gulbranson. They're really great people, and it's going to be a fun time, I'm sure. So, with that being said, that's going to do it for me. Keep your eye on the ball out here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of stuff at play, and it's happening at many different levels, from consumer level to central bank level, and this is where we are on this day. Hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know, hit the notification bell, and make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section for anything that you may want or need. They are trusted links. I will catch all of you on the next one.